One technique that can be helpful when processing and working through depression is called the bottom of the barrel. So you take a belief or a thought that you have and you say, if that happened, then what? If that happened, then what? If that happened, then what? And you get to the whatever is the worst thing you can possibly think of, and then you process it at that point. Is that realistic? Yes, the worst thing I can possibly think of is realistic. So what am I doing now to try to negate or prevent that? Or B, is the worst case scenario super unrealistic? Then why am I even letting my thoughts go down that pathway? Or C, yes, it could happen, but I know I'm strong and resilient and come out the other side ahead and winning. So these are helpful because then we realize that the monster might not have as big of a grasp or as strong of teeth or as strong of a bite as we are making it out to be. We're making the issue bigger than it needs to be. For example, maybe I think I'm not good at my job. So I think my boss might fire me. So that's what I'm worried about. So, okay, I feel that I'm not good at my job. If that's true, then what? If I'm not good at my job, then I'll lose my job. If that's true, then what? Then I might not be able to pay for my mortgage. If that becomes true that I can't pay for my mortgage, then what? Then I might lose my house and have to live in my car. If that happens, then what? Well, I might have to sell my car and have to live on the streets. Is there anything worse? If that, then what? I can't think of anything worse than potentially living on the streets. Okay, that's the bottom of the barrel. Is that realistic? For me, no. I have some savings. I have family that's supportive and can help me if issues come up. So why am I even letting my thoughts get to that? Because A, it's so unrealistic. Or B, it might be realistic, so how do I try to plan and prevent that from happening? Or C, it could happen, but it wouldn't be the end of the world and I'd be okay with it. So the bottom of the barrel technique can be very helpful for some people. Another thing I like to think about is when we're depressed, we need to fuel the right fire. Meaning when we're depressed, we often don't want to eat properly, sleep appropriate, we isolate, we push away the good and healthy things in our life. We're fueling the wrong fire. That means it's going to make it that much harder to get back on track when our depression is improving. So when we're feeling down and not motivated, really, really fake it till you make it and really try to keep fueling the right fire, keeping the exercise and the socialization and the healthy eating in place so there's not that much more that you have to refocus on as mental health improves. The last analogy that I like to think about is the moving or parked car. So a lot of times we get overwhelmed or stuck or paralyzed. We don't know what to do next. We're a stuck stationary car. It's very hard to move or change or transition a moved parked car. So let's just start moving in some direction. Let's start in some direction that doesn't sound horrible, or something that we used to enjoy doing or used to look forward to. Let's start moving that car. Is that a good decision? Is that a good direction for my life now? Maybe, maybe not, but now we're starting to move. It's much easier to turn the car to the right or the left than being the stuck stationary car not moving in any direction. I hope some of these techniques are helpful or at least something to think about.